What is going on, guys? What is going on? Friday night, feeling all right, out of sight. What is good, people? This is your man, Real Deal, Steele, coming to you live on this Friday evening. Good to see you guys. Got a lot of familiar names in the chat. Such names as 7-1, Zombie Doge Army, RW, Sliding Edge, Hunter Wayne, Cloud Chamber, Diamond Hands Freddy, Antoinette, Alan Schneider, Hector the Dude, Gray 99, Crypto Tank Girl, Low Roller, and the list goes on. Great to see you guys. Got a fun show lined up for you guys tonight. So just settle on in with your coffee or cocktail or something in between, or maybe both. What would that be called? That's what are some coffee infused liqueur drinks, Nick? They're eluding me at the moment. Do you know what I'm talking about? Nick, can you hear me? I don't know if Nick can hear. Oh, I don't think you guys can hear me. Can you hear me now, Nick?
They could hear you. I couldn't hear you.
Oh, okay. They can. Okay. Like something's up. Either the room's not hearing
figure
me,
it out eventually,
or you're not hearing me. Somebody's not hearing me. But okay, we got it sorted. Irish coffee, Bailey's. Yeah, that now it's coming through now. Espresso martinis. There we go. Well, the chat is on it tonight. They are on it. You guys are alert and with it. I appreciate it. Sliding Edge starting things off with the first super chat of the night. And that is my Doge acting up there. $5 super chat. Appreciate it. I am so pumped about tonight's episode. Sign note. Got a tooth extracted and feeling 100% on fire. Oh, wow. Better to get that behind you. I've had a few teeth extracted on my left side. Been through the cranker, oral surgery, all that stuff. Not a good time. Alexander says hello from the Ukraine. I love the Ukraine. Good to see some folks in here from the Ukraine. That is awesome. Yeah, we got folks that view us from all over the world and particularly throughout Europe. It's great to see. Sliding Edge again coming in with a $2 make you holler. I meant good on fire. Okay. All right, got it. You're like,
did you get Josh?
I was about to get that.
Okay.
Working my way back. Josh Randell disavows coming in with some big Doge energy with a $20 make you holler. I love it. He says, Nick Balls, feeling better, bro.
I actually slept last night, which was good, but I am not feeling great. Yeah, antibiotics mess me up.
Yeah.
And usually it takes about a month for me to get back to normal. So it's probably going to be a process of like reculturing my
Flora.
gut bacteria. Yeah, but I hate, dude. That's why I haven't taken antibiotics in about a decade.
Oh, it's been that long, huh?
Yeah, I avoid them like the plague.
Yeah, and I mean, I understand the reason for avoiding. Just, start populating the gut, eat those fermented foods, get those probiotics down, and you'll be all right. You'll be all right. Just stay consistent with that stuff,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Low Roller says AVAX might pass Dogecoin and Shiba soon with a... I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. Of course, I've been very bullish on AVAX lately. I've told you guys that this was probably going to happen. that AVAX was going to probably be on the top 8 there. And it wouldn't surprise me if it finds a general new home as a permanent resident on that top 10. So that doesn't surprise me at all. I don't think it's a bad thing. Eventually, I feel pretty good about Doge finding its way to that number 4, number 3 market cap position over a long period of time. Kombucha, yeah, kombucha is another way to get a lot of those probiotics. And I used to drink quite a bit of kombucha. What is that brand? GE's? You ever are?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking
about? I hate that stuff.
It's not for everyone.
I don't like it, but I know it is good for you.
It's effervescent. It comes in a wide variety of flavors. I haven't had it in quite some time. Anyway, what do we got going on here tonight? There's kind of an interesting news cycle. We had a Twitter Spaces earlier where we covered new information that we came across in relation to just how severe, how deep this Binance scandal goes. And now that we have some serious numbers behind it, care to extrapolate on that, Nick?
Yeah, actually, let me pull that up. I had it up during the spaces, but I should have pulled it up. I knew we were going to talk about it tonight.
No worries, my friend.
It's crazy. I mean, just the amount of money. And granted, like, I do want people to keep in mind that a vast majority of the transactions that were double transacted happened before this year. So, total transactions 3,376. At the time, the original cost was about $2 million USD, which is probably why and how it got overlooked. But now that's, $152 million and a total Doge amount of $554 million. It's nothing to sneeze at.
No, that's massive. Not only is that a massive amount, but it's still not sorted yet. And now they've set back the timeline. When this first broke, when they first finally addressed it after about 72 hours, they said, give us 2 weeks max. We'll have this sorted. Well, we are at that 2-week period now, and now they've set the goalposts back on that, Nick?
Yeah, now they're saying to month's end, I guess. I'm going to look on their official Twitter right now. This is just what I've been hearing, but yeah, I'll see. I thought it was still month's end, but
yeah, it's very interesting how this thing shaped up because the amount of money that they have been demanding from its own users for their own mistake of losing track of this Dogecoin, I haven't seen anything like it. Has there been any reasoning that you have seen, Nick, behind them explaining their making those demands to customers?
Well, other than the fact that they want to not lose money, like,
I mean, how do you sweep that under the rug as a glitch? Like, actively sending out balance demands to its user base for their mistake.
Oh, well, and that's another thing too. It's like, how do you get those bills paid? Like, you could easily just be like, all right, well, I'll just never use Binance again, which I'm sure a few people are doing. And some of these accounts might not even be active anymore. You're trying to recover funds from lost accounts. So
yeah, I just the the sheer nerve of this whole thing, man, is just blows my mind. It just blows my mind. We've just never seen anything quite like that. Awesome, Donna Tabuki coming in. Donna Tabuki Technologies coming in with a $20 super chat. Appreciate that, Donna. Happy Friday, guys. I'm chatting with Mario Andretti. Thought I was late for the show. Thanks for everything. Oh. Isn't that cool? She's good friends with Mario Andretti, who, from what I understand, worked with her father, and her father was just a absolute legend, as I understand it, when it comes to mechanic work and garage work.
Building engines specifically.
And specifically building out engines for what was it called? It was a NASCAR then?
I think it was NASCAR. It was in the 60s.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
60s and 70s, I think, right, Donna? But yeah, and she sent me this really cool promo video of him, like kind of like a mini movie of her father working on this kind of stuff from the early 70s, I believe. It was super cool. I love the aesthetic and the music and everything. It's really cool. Indy, she said. Yep, Indy 500.
Yeah. Indy cars.
Even better, even cooler. That's awesome. Just a total classic. Yeah, and it's kind of funny because Donna was tweeting about her father, and then Mario Andretti re-quoted and retweeted her, and I was like, the Mario Andretti? And I double checked it. I'm like, yep, sure as you know what. So what a cool connection there from one of our most active community members here. That's so cool. Yeah, so where does this shake out? Now we also kind of did a deeper dive on the Twitter Spaces about validators. These are people that keep the BNB coin up to date, running smoothly. That's in
BSC.
part, the BSC. But they're native. I'm saying that's their native coin. BNB.
Yeah.
And they're responsible for doing this sort of thing. It didn't really come as a surprise when we learned that they were not paying their validators enough to make it worth their while. In fact, many of these guys are complaining about. Most of them are complaining about making zero money on it, and some of them complaining that they lose money even working on BNB. So there is a rebellion going on right now within the validators that typically work on the BNB coin. A lot of them are just jumping ship. This could be this could turn into a major issue. What do you say, Nick?
Yeah, I mean, if they don't get these issues and these problems resolved in a meaningful amount of time, I mean, it's not going to be long before a vast majority of their validators just decide to, jump ship. I mean, there's, way better places you could take your tech in your, servers and make money. You don't have to be on that chain. So, yeah, I mean, it's a sketchy, scary situation for those within, those holding BSC tokens and and BNB and the whole thing scares the crap out of me.
Yeah, and understandably so. And I want to dovetail on that a little more. I just want to welcome some new names into the chat. Adam Doge X, good to see you. Frank, good to see you back in the mix. Rachel, what is going on? Good to see you. And Musty, of course. And I think I caught up on folks that are chiming in the chat there. To kind of dovetail back to this, Nick, if BNB goes down and essentially tanks due to what may be a walkout from validators, and validators essentially are part of maintenance on a cryptocurrency, we could be looking at a pretty, I don't know, maybe catastrophic is the word, in a temporarily catastrophic. I mean, if BNB goes down, Binance could snowball right after that and could have a very detrimental impact on the market in general. What do you think?
Oh my God. No, it would be disastrous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, it's one of these things where feel free to let Binance know how you feel about how they're running their operation. They deliberately understaff themselves to save money. They deliberately underpay their employees and their programmers and their validators and developers, etc. And this is really putting everybody's investments, either directly or indirectly, at risk. I mean, even if you don't own any BNB token, even if you are not on the Binance platform, if Binance and BNB, the BNB coin go down, it's going to have a really, really bad impact on the the crypto market in general, because Binance is the number one crypto exchange by trading volume. So let's just hope they get it together. Let's just hope the wheels don't start falling off here. Based on what we were reading from countless reports from validators and guys that regularly keep maintenance on the BNB coin, a lot of those guys are fed up, aren't they?
Oh yeah, no, definitely. And I understand where they're coming from. The cost of operation, in the very beginning was not that much. Now it's insanely high. Some people are spending, almost $1,000 a month, and the return is, just basically a little bit above break even. They've got to do something, and Binance as a whole, this has been what I've been preaching this whole time, is they really need to reinvest in themselves.
Yes.
If they're going to continue growth. I think it's imperative, and I think they do need to. I think they do need to assess the BSC chain in general, just based off of all of the nonsense that's going on there.
Yeah, 100% agree. And I actually have several investments on the BSC blockchain because I'm pretty big into DeFi, select DeFi projects. So, and actually we're gonna get into that in a little bit, you guys, because the DeFi market has been very, very bullish. Made a very bullish 180 turnabout over the last 24 hours. We'll get a little bit more into that as we proceed here. But well, hopefully we just wish the best for Binance. We hope that the CEO gets his head out of what and starts pay these validators what they're worth, man. They're vastly underpaid. Pay these guys. You guys have made Binance. Anyone that is a representative of Binance and you're watching this stream, you guys have made billions of dollars just off of BNB alone. It is time for you to take care of the people that are ensuring and working hard on their end to keep up with the basic maintenance to keep BNB going.
And it's not just getting the validators a better bang for their buck. It's also paying for better software engineers and paying for better infrastructure. And yeah, it's just you need to spend a lot more money on them, on Binance itself, which is kind of a no-brainer if you ask Coinbase. I'm sure Coinbase operating costs are astronomical, but
yeah,
they're also running a top-tier operation.
Yeah, and go. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
It's for the most part, Binance had been for many years when it was easy to do it, but now the market has just exploded to the extent where all of this maintenance and upkeep needs to be done. It costs money. It costs money to do it.
Yeah, you guys, and feel free to share the link out for this show with other people in cryptocurrency so they can hear about this, because to my knowledge, there's really no other content creators covering this quite like Nick and I are, and specifically drawing attention to this. Let me just share with you one of the accounts from one of the validators that works on the BNB coin, and just listen to this. What I'm about to read to you is extraordinary and shocking. So he says, so this is someone from the inside, folks, that regularly works on the BNB token. He said, I've rarely seen something handled so unprofessionally. There is no code review. Patches are simply committed, in most cases without a proper description of what they even do or what problem they're trying to solve. There doesn't appear to be any reasonable testing processes in place. There is zero response to bug reports. Hundreds of people report non-syncing nodes and nodes just falling out of sync. Response from developers is zero. There is no beta testing. Stuff is thrown over the fence. Features like diff sync are declared stable by decree, and though through hundreds of people reporting the opposite indicated otherwise. The developers apparently don't have any clue of what it is they're even building. The feature to disable the peer-to-peer TX broadcast must be the stupidest idea I've heard in a long time. Overall, I've only come to one conclusion. Binance wanted a quick hack to make a lot of money, but is not willing to expend even the most modest of resources to make this thing actually work. Given that they've made billions upon billions from this, this is absolutely absurd and a huge abuse of trust and money that people put into this. I mean, this reading this, Nick, isn't it just almost chilling?
Yeah, no, people should be worried.
Yeah,
I think people on Binance and people that hold BSC tokens, especially token holders, should be extremely worried.
Yeah, and just for the record, I cashed out all my remaining BNB tokens and just put fiat back into my bank. I don't trust Binance platform with any of my positions any longer. I will no longer be using Binance. A couple of super chats coming in. Super appreciated. Donna Tabuki again, $20 at Zombie Doge Army. Don't get Antoinette started. What are you guys talking about? Okay, let me read these in order. Okay, so Zombie Doge Army, $5 super chat. I bet Antoinette Tabuki could squat more than Nick Balls. There, I said it, Alan. From what I've seen, I'm sure she could squat quite a bit. Donna weighing in and said, Zombie, don't get Antoinette started. LOL. Thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate the super chats. And amusing ones as well, might I add. Josh Randell, this Val's coming in with a $10 super chat. I heard Antoinette Tabuki could bench Nick's deadlifts. What do you say, Nick?
There's no. 100% no. She could probably, honestly, at the moment, she probably could possibly match me in squats because I haven't lifted and I'm sick. But
yeah,
if I was training and not ill, I don't think so.
Yeah, I hear that. And then Donna coming in again with a $5 super chat says, Antoinette is a sweet girl when she sleeps. So Donna throwing the sass, coming, bringing the sass and spades tonight. We love it, Donna. Appreciate it. Zombie Doge Army adds, I'm dumb. Platypus says the SEC is eyeing Binance, in my opinion, after this past year. I mean, there's a very good probability that they are. And that's another factor that we have talked about that, it's not outside the realm of decent possibility that the SEC could step in on a moment's notice and make things pretty difficult for Binance. Yeah, Nick?
Oh, yeah. No, certainly.
And that is...
they have in other... Not the SEC, but in other countries, they've been shut down by
I was just about
European
to say...
regulators.
I was just about to say, isn't that in part one of the reasons why you pulled all of your positions off of Binance?
Yeah, so I originally got out of there. Well, I got out of there because I had a connection over at Kraken, but when they had a token in the EU that was known as BTC Down, that was basically almost like a short position on Bitcoin, but instead of doing an actual short, you'd buy this token called BTC Down. And this was right before the summer when Bitcoin, everything dumped.
Yeah.
And the token did nothing. It did the exact opposite of what it was supposed to do.
Yeah.
And a bunch of people lost a ton of money in Europe. And the regulators over in Europe were like, what the hell? And Binance was like, well, if you read in the fine print, it actually says that it's not guaranteed to do anything at all.
Right.
So they were like, yeah, our banks aren't going to work with you anymore.
Yeah, I like I said, you got out just in time, considering how significant your holdings were compared to the average investor on there. You made the right call at the right time, Nick. Obviously, you already saw, you foresaw that things were only going to get worse with Binance what was that? How long has it been since you pulled all your positions off of Binance?
It was right around June, I think.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. So, yeah, you got a little bit ahead of the curve and in time. Sliding Edge coming with a $5 super chat. I heard Nick squats his worth in Doge every day.
No.
I think that'd be humanly impossible. Yes. Alan Schneider coming in with $2 super chat. Zombie, you son of a, you know what? Yeah, so be. Thank you for the $2 super chat, Alan Schneider. Appreciate you, man. Josh Randell disavows just lighting on fire like we are. He's just making it rain on that poll tonight. Thank you, Josh. Appreciate it. $10 super chat. Zombie Doge Army can tear a dictionary in half with his toes. Wow. That's really painting quite the picture, guys. I don't know if there's a man alive that could do that, frankly. But if anyone could, it'd probably be a person that goes by the name Zombie Doge Army, right? So
sounds like something from Ren and Stimpy.
Totally.
You would see the do on there.
Yeah, totally. I could see it. As soon as you said that, it definitely clicked. Zombie Doge Army, $2 super chat. Oh, you finally did wake up. Alan, yes, Alan is awake. He's in the mix. And thank you for the super chats, guys. Like, literally, it keeps me going. It keeps the lights on. It keeps things moving. It allows me to do these shows as often as I do. So, huge appreciation. Thank you so much. Yeah, well, we will. Nick and I were going to continue to keep a very close eye on this Binance story and keep you guys abreast on all matters regarding it and its development. And just be mindful. Be very mindful if you are using Binance right now. And also be mindful if you're like me and you've got several different investments on the BSC blockchain. Let's pivot to another story here. And this one is kind of funny. Newly released court documents obliterate Blue Origin's lawsuit against NASA. Was Blue Origin acting in bad faith? The U.S. Court of Federal Claims has released a 47-page document detailing its decision to drop Blue Origin's legal challenge against NASA, and its scathing rebuttal is full of damning details in the documents shared by the New York Times. Space reporter. I like that name. It's, sir, what's your occupation? I'm a space reporter. Yeah. Stephen Steele, space reporter. Yeah, I love that. What a cool job title. New York Times space reporter Joey Roulette on Twitter today. The court expanded on its decision. The court finds that Blue Origin did not have any standing because it did not have a substantial chance of award for the alleged evaluation errors, it reads. The court also found that Blue Origin's proposal was priced well above NASA's available funding and itself was non-compliant. Now that I didn't know. So they Blue Origin's quote was far exceeded NASA's budget. So they're like disqualifying themselves just on that alone. Here's the background. By the way, NASA picked up SpaceX over Blue Origin for its human landing systems contract in April. Blue Origin CEO Jeff Bezos didn't like the decision and felt that his company was being unfairly excluded by the competition. Bezos then sued NASA, arguing the agency didn't give his company a fair chance. You know, I don't even have to read the rest of this to have thoughts on it, and I'm sure the same with you, Nick. Firstly, isn't this just say a lot about who Jeff Bezos is as a person? Firstly, Blue Origin already had disqualified itself from even landing a contract with NASA, knowing he disqualified himself for giving a quote that far exceeded NASA's allotted budget for this project, number one. Number two, clearly way behind the curve. Blue Origin is way behind the curve of SpaceX. I mean, it's not even close. So for, Jeff Bezos to make this big stink about and crying foul when Blue Origin's not nearly their tech isn't nearly as savvy and as cutting edge as the accomplishments of SpaceX, number one. And number two, charging exceedingly more than what SpaceX did, than what SpaceX charged for the mission that they were, and the contract agreement that they were competing for. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, it was very unnecessary, but it was kind of just like filing a lawsuit to file a lawsuit. It didn't make much sense. I think they could have walked away and not filed the lawsuit and looked, like a better, it looked like a better company.
Much better.
And, would have saved a lot of face. Filing that lawsuit just makes them look like big old crybabies, which is what they are. It was a waste of time, resources, government time, taxpayer time. They don't care about money. They light it on fire. So it's just dumb. It was a dumb thing to do.
Yeah, agreed. Doesn't this just kind of emanate small PP energy from Jeff Bezos? Did you hear me, Nick?
No, sorry.
I said, doesn't this just emanate small PP energy from Jeff Bezos?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, big time.
Have you seen? Speaking of which, have you seen this footage of Jeff Bezos' girlfriend meeting Leonardo DiCaprio?
I did. Yeah.
I almost feel bad for him in that footage, man. It's just like, jeez,
that was wild.
If you haven't seen it, there's this recent footage of Jeff Bezos with his now girlfriend meeting Leonardo DiCaprio at some red carpet event, and it's very clear, like, Jeff Bezos' girlfriend is basically just offering herself and just throwing herself at Leonardo DiCaprio while Jeff just stands by. I mean, geez, dude. I mean, get a backbone, get a spine. You're the second wealthiest man in the world. Just stand up for yourself. Jeez Louise. Let's see. Josh Rendell disavows coming in again. No, first Zombie Doge Army with $2 super chat. Oh, did you finally wake up, Alan? Zombie Doge Army coming back at... No. You guys, you're going back and forth so much. I'm having a hard time to keep up. Josh Rendell disavows with a $10 super chat. Nick can rip out a patch of nose hairs without watering his eyes. Confirmed. Is this true, Nick? That sounds really painful.
I've got my nose hairs waxed on several occasions.
I use the automatic nose hair.
Yeah, I usually do
zzz.
Yeah.
I remember one time I was at where was I? I was at like a TJ Maxx or something a few years ago, and I was at the checkout, and I had one of the things I was checking out was a nose hair trimmer, and the teenage chick that was working the register while she was scanning stuff, she looked at it and went, "Ew."
Yeah.
I was like, she's like, "You use this?" I'm like, "Honey, like, when you're a man, trust me, would you prefer I not used it?" She's like, "Oh," the gears are kind of turning there. Anyway, next super chat, $2 super chat from Sliding Edge. Oh no, we have been blue pilled. Not on this show, my friend. No one gets blue pilled on Steven Steele Live. It certainly doesn't come from the sphere of influence between steel balls. That much I can assure you, my friend. Donna Tabuki coming in with a $5 super chat. You guys really just off the hizza tonight, off the chain with the super chats tonight. Hugely, hugely appreciated. Testing new credit card. Test away, my friends. Test away on those new credit cards. I love it. I love it. Appreciate you guys so much. Oh, cheers. Cheers back. So yeah, that's just kind of a funny story. And it was just one of the most Jeff Bezos things I've ever heard. And like you said, Nick, I totally agree with you. You raised a really good point. If they would have just bowed out gracefully, it would have positioned Blue Origin's perception with the public much better than we're now. The way it makes them look, throwing this pissing tantrum, from Jeff, it just really makes them look incredibly incompetent and insecure. It's just not good, particularly if you're an investor of Blue Origin. I wouldn't be too happy with how he's handling the PR on that project. This one's kind of funny. This comes from futurism.com. Let's see here. This is just such a weird headline. That's what caught my attention. So prepare yourself. Could we gene hack ourselves to be blissed out sex maniacs like our distant cousins, the bonobos? And
I know that monkey. Yeah.
And if so, should we? Bonobos are a species of primate believed to be humankind's second closest living ancestor. That's intriguing because zoologists have long observed that these distant cousins of ours are driven by a syrupy mixture of empathy and hedonism, lounging in simian cuddle puddles, caressing each other, kissing with tongue, and engaging in awe-inspiring variety of sexual encounters, sometimes with multiple partners, and often while screaming in pleasure. Sounds pretty fun, doesn't it? Sure, party drugs like it. Just for a disclaimer, folks, I do put PG-13 on every thumbnail that we do here. This show is PG-13, so don't come at me. You've already had the disclaimer. Sounds pretty fun, doesn't it? Still, party drugs like MDMA can temporarily flood your brain with oceans of empathy and euphoria, but they can be terrible for you if you take them too much. Yeah, no kidding, Sherlock. And the hangovers can be brutal. In other words, there's no drug that's going to give you bonobo brain safely and long term. Relentless progress in the science of genetic engineering raises an interesting alternative, though. What if scientists gene-hacked humans who already share 98% of their genetic material with bonobos so that we be more affectionate, amorous, and generally more happy? What if you could take the CRISPR-like brain injection that permanently altered your cognition so you could experience this sort of bliss? Now, scientists are currently testing this out, developing this, and they said they are nearing in on some test cases for this, Nick. So, what are your thoughts here?
Well, I was formerly sponsored by one of the largest supplement companies, and the current sponsor of Mr. Olympia, Big Ramy. The company is known as Enhanced Athlete. It's ran by a buddy of mine named Tony Huge. And
Huge is his real name?
No, it's Hughes.
I was going to say.
Tony Hughes, but he calls himself Tony Huge. He actually calls himself Dr. Tony Huge, which he got in a little bit of trouble for because he's not a doctor. But he does say, and he is on the cutting edge of like steroids. And he says that like the next phase for steroids really are genetic altering. So a lot of football players, they're not talking about this. A lot of football players are using CRISPR technology right now. Yeah. And you would never know because they can't. There's no test for genetic alterations. So you can edit your genes to become superhuman.
Yeah. It looks like this is going to be a viable, interesting alternative available in the not so distant future, where humans will be able to pay for injections to espouse more of these blissed out bonobo-esque qualities. To me, this sounds potentially rather dangerous as well, but who knows? A lot of it, is in the dosage as well. So, I don't know. It's just kind of a funny story. It's very interesting, and it was pretty hilariously worded there. Zombie Doge Army coming with a $2 make you holler. Steel Balls #1. Appreciate you, friend. Appreciate you. Donna Tabuki coming in. Justice for Kyle Rittenhouse, not guilty. Thank you for that. We're not going to touch that story with a 10-foot pole, but thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it. Something I did realize though today, Nick, is if you switch the first letters of his name around, you get Ryle Kittenhouse. Pretty good, right? Ryle Kittenhouse.
I like it.
Yeah, I like it too. I would like to just have a t-shirt that says Ryle Kittenhouse. That'd be pretty cool. Alan Schneider coming in with a $2 super chat. Zombie stole my credit card. That sounds like a good movie that I'd like to see. A zombie stole my credit card. Rated PG-13. Sliding Edge coming in with a $2 super chat. Donna, that 100% members only Huge steel balls. You guys, with the wordplay tonight, you're just out of control with the wordplay. Appreciate it. Let's see here. So, yeah, I don't know if I have. Let me read perhaps like the finishing paragraph of this silly story. Even as we refrain from hacking away at our genes in the hopes of bonobizing. No, they're saying bonobizing ourselves.
Oh, God, Jesus. Try that 10 times fast.
Bonobizing. No, imagine opening like a boutique that's all you do. You specialize in these injections, and you could call it Get Bonobized. Black remains. We still have a lot to learn from our sex raven comrades, including lessons in revaluing our natural bodies and pursuing mutual pleasures without guilt. The idea that our natural self is Satan is killing us, she said. The belief that we are somehow superior, that we are angels, that we are not part of this nature, that we are part of this earth, that we can fly away like angels. Maybe couple it with maybe a couple people can, Captain Kirk went up there, right? 90 years old. Yeah. 90 years old, Captain Kirk went to space. Isn't that incredible?
Then he got back from space, and he got immediately ignored by Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
Well, he was trying to tell a story of how amazing it was.
Yeah, he was sharing like the super emotional moment of a very obviously a huge landmark in this legendary man's life, and then Jeff just interrupted him and like.
You got any champagne over there?
Starts spraying champagne all over the place.
Hey, give me some of that.
Jeff Bezos is such a dick. He's such a dick. It's pretty on brand for him. Anyway, this also reminds me. I'm a big fan of the original Star Trek, and I remember I was watching some reruns of the original Star Trek, half asleep in the late night, and there was this episode where he was having this intimate one-on-one moment with this alien babe. I mean, she was a babe, but she had she was very busty, but she was all green skin. And she said, and he's like, she's like, you seem to have different calibration and emotions than we do. And he's like, well, yes. She's like, what are you doing? Because he put his hands on the side of her arms. And he's like, haven't you ever experienced passion and love? And she said, what is this? What is this love you speak of? And he said, well, let me show you. And, he pulled her in and, total classic shatter. Anyway, I ended up basing a song that ended up being one of my most successful songs off of that moment. There's a song, you can look it up on YouTube. There's a whole music video for it. Me as a young man, as an astronaut. It got some awards and stuff too, but the song was called What Is This Earth Love? And it was totally based off of that moment when Shatner was making out with the alien woman. Just a little side fun fact for you guys. Little Steven Steele side fun fact. Sliding Edge coming with a $2 super chat. Josh Rendell disavows is powered by Zombie Doge Army. Well, that certainly explains a lot. Sliding Edge, again, you guys are just killing it tonight. Bigly Steel Balls energy in the hizza tonight. Yes, sir. Yes, indeed. I love it. Donna Tabuki coming in with a $5 super chat. Can we do members only? I'm in the SHIT talking mood. LMAO. Hi, Nick. Glad you're better. You know what? I will indulge you guys with the members only after this. Nick, he needs the rest. He's still healing up, so but I will do a members only stream following this one, okay? So just make sure I will post the link to the members only stream on my Twitter. So probably about 5 minutes after I close this stream, look for me to post the members only link on my Twitter, and I'll also post it in the Discord. But it also should show up on your alerts if you have all the notifications on. But just in case you don't get the notification, you'll be able to see the members only stream link on my Twitter. Okay, guys? So there we go. So yeah, we can do that. Antoinette, click membership and join her. Love mother. These two ladies, they're just they have a very funny dynamic. Antoinette says, "I'm broke," all caps. Maybe we'll have to compensate. We'll get you in there, Ant. We'll get you. We'll work you out. We'll work it out for you, Tony. We'll get you a membership one way or another. Let me see what else we got here. So Elon Musk finally sold his house in San Francisco, and he sold it for around $32 million after Elon Musk vowed to own no house. And Elon Musk seems to be making good on his promise to own no house. Last year, the SpaceX CEO tweeted out that he would sell all of his real estate in an effort to offload almost all physical possessions by the end of the year. He had ditched 4 of his Bel Air residencies for a combined value of $62 million. Now Musk is reportedly on the cusp of parting with the last piece of property in his portfolio, a San Francisco area mansion that was listed for $32 million. Wow, and I'm looking at pictures of it right now, and it is like breathtaking. The super, super high ceilings, very Victorian looking, like you know what I'm talking about? Very plush, very regal. Like I would say it's a combination of like classic, modern, and Victorian. I guess that's what I describe it as. But it's a beautiful, beautiful home. Just looking through all the pictures of it now, like holy cow. You know, good for Elon. I have to say, I don't know if I'd sell a home quite like this. I'm looking at it right now. I can see myself living there. I can see myself soaking up that vibe for sure. Wild stuff. Anyway, but I think this is in part too, because of somebody that's so busy as Elon is. He wants to stay close to SpaceX headquarters. He wants to stay close to that area in Texas, and I think that's probably where he'll stay. He'll live out his years, I bet. And I think less is more when you have so much on your plate as he does, and he only has one child, right? He's got one child, and he's not even with...
Oh, Bezos?
Elon.
Elon's got a bunch of kids, bro.
Oh, that's right. Never mind. He's got a huge dating history. He's had a child with...
He's got like 7 kids or something.
Yeah, he's got several baby mamas.
Yeah.
Maybe I was confusing him with Bezos as far as the child count goes.
He's got 6 kids, I think.
Yeah, he's got a lot of kids, and he's got he's had, as Ludacris once said, different hoes and area codes, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But you know, that's the way it goes. That's the life, right? I can't say I wouldn't.
They're all boys too. That's the crazy part.
Wow. So he's definitely continuing the genetic line there.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah, and very strong fashion. Elon has spread his seed. Josh says, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, he's spread his seed. You know, it's just what we're programmed to do, folks. I don't know. So I think that's about what I had on the news for tonight. I don't want to keep you too much longer, Nick. We've been going about an hour here. Plus, I'm going to do guys, members, I'm going to do a members-only stream. Don't worry. As we wind this one down, look to my Twitter. In about 5 to 10 minutes, I will have a link up. Give it a full 10 minutes. I will have a link up to the members-only stream on my page. So members, I will see you over there shortly. There's other stuff we can just have a good time. I'm going to get into some DeFi topical stuff as well. So members, keep an eye on your notifications. Keep an eye on my Twitter page. Members, I will see you in about 15, 20 minutes. Everyone else, I will see you tomorrow over the weekend. We'll be doing shows. Sliding Edge come with a $2 super chat. San Francisco has a poop patrol. Good for Elon doing Texas. Yeah, they literally have a full-time poop patrol now.
They got a poop app. You can check the poop on your phone.
Oh, that's right. They have a poop app.
Yeah. So I was speaking last night to my editor who's from India, and I'm like, bro, I will never go. There's some places that I will never go, and the list seems to be growing every year. Like now, I won't ever go to Australia. I hope to never go to San Francisco. There's like I might be forced at one point to go to San Francisco, but I don't want to go there. But there's a lot of places in the world that like I've crossed off my Nick Balls will never visit list.
Well, I actually used to spend quite a bit of time in San Francisco.
Used to be cool. Used to be a cool place. Now you can't go there.
Yeah, it's become increasingly uninhabitable and less fun. But I used to spend quite a bit of time there when I was a full-time recording artist. I used to gig there quite a bit. We're talking about 8 to 12 years ago, though. And even the amount of change that's happened in San Fran just since 8 or 9 years ago and now is incredibly substantial. Substantial.
Oh, yeah.
And now it's just wild. I mean, there are whole swaths and sections of San Francisco that feel very third world, frankly. It's just it's really sad to see because it did have a very free, easygoing, groovy vibe to it. That was just easy breezy and just and relatively safe, might I add. And
now no mo.
All those qualities are gone. So
hopefully we can come back this weekend and we can talk about how the market's completely rebounded.
Yes.
I'm hoping that episode can happen.
Yes.
Because it looks like it's happening. So.
Yeah. And well, we shall see. But I agree. It does look like that's happening. Okay. Well, guys, thanks for joining us tonight. Hope you got something out of it. Hope you had fun. Members, keep your notifications on. Keep your eyes on my Twitter account. For those of you who don't already follow me on Twitter, I have a new Twitter. I'm going to put it in the chat momentarily here because I have a new Twitter and I'm no longer active on the previous one. So I'm going to put that in the chat right now in case you don't already follow me there. Slide Edge coming with the $2 super chat. Nick, Nick
emoji.
Oh, need the Nick emoji. Did you give me a picture for that?
I did. It's in your Discord.
Okay. Yeah. I'll check my Discord. Thank you for the reminder. Yeah, I will definitely get on the Nick emoji, and thank you for the reminder on that. Okay, members, cool. I will see you guys in about 20 minutes. Everyone else, I will see you tomorrow night at some time. Nick, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Always a pleasure, my friend. I'll check in with you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Everyone else, take care. Appreciate each and every one of you guys. Members, again, we'll see you in about 20 minutes. This is Steven Steele and the notorious Nick Balls signing out. Take it easy, guys.
Later, y'all.
Just the bees and birds, the summer hay.